Dios para mí es todo. Él es la razón por la cual yo vivo, la razón por lo que hago lo que hago. Mi pasión es compartir de Dios con otros a través de lo que hago, a través de lo que soy. Y amo a Dios. I love Jesus. That's what I said. My name is Maria Jose Garcia. Some people call me Maria Garcia. It's easier. Close friends and family call me Majo. I'm 24, almost 25, which is scary and crazy, but exciting. I grew up in Guatemala, so I was born and raised there. My grandparents, they're both from there, my parents as well. I come from a very hardworking family. My grandpa grew up in the countryside of Guatemala. He basically came from nothing. He's always been super hardworking, and eventually he moved to the city where he met my grandma, and they got married and they had 3 kids, and one of them being my mom. I love my mom. She is a single mom. So my parents actually got divorced when I was 9, and I also have a sister. She was 7, so she's younger. It's always been my sister, my mom, and me. My great-grandma, she was the first one to become a Christian from my grandma's side. So then my grandma is also a Christian. My mom, she's been a Christian since she was very little. And when she met my dad was not a Christian. So that was one of the main reasons, I would say, that they got divorced. My mom has always, ever since I can remember, she has always been kind of like the stronghold of our family. She was the one that would take us to church, and she has always been super, super hardworking. My mom just took the whole team on her back. She sacrificed a lot for us to go to a good school in Guatemala. It was a private school. That's where we learned English. I met most of my friends from Guatemala there. I grew up with them. And then when I was 16, one day I got back home, and my mom sat us both down, me and my sister. She sat us down in the living room, and she was like, I have news for you. We're gonna move. We're gonna move to Miami. I just remember feeling super scared and sad. I was not accepting the fact that my mom was serious and we were actually gonna move. It took 9 months since she told us of preparation. I remember my mom flying back and forth to Miami, back to Guatemala, trying to find a house for us to live in. The day came, and we took just a suitcase with us, and we moved our whole lives to Miami, which was very scary. It was one of the hardest things that we've ever gone through. I feel like I wasn't good at supporting my mom through that whole moving stage. Eventually, I realized all the sacrifices that she made for us to be there. And by then, I was almost done with high school, and I was ready to start applying to college. It has always been a dream of mine to become an architect. So ever since I was super little, I was about 5 when my mom, she saved all her money to get her dream house built. And I remember looking at the blueprints when that was happening. And I remember asking my mom, who is the person helping you achieve this dream of yours? Like, it's your dream house being built. I remember after church on Sundays, we would go see the site where the house was being built. I was just mesmerized by how the plans were becoming a reality. And anyway, she said, well, that's an architect. And I was like, I want to be that. So since then, I remember just flipping through interior design, architecture magazines, and being fascinated by the blueprints, and I would sketch them. And I sort of always knew that I wanted to do that. And that dream stuck with me all the way till I was looking for schools. So that was my priority, to get into an architecture program. I decided to go to Savannah College of Art and Design for an architecture major. My younger sister, she was attending Liberty. And I remember I was a junior in college when we came to drop her off for her first year. It was like a breath of fresh air. I remember just thinking, what is this place? I want to be here. And next thing you know, I was moving to Lynchburg, Virginia to study a master's in fine arts. One day, a professor asked me to come to her class to be a teacher assistant. She kept calling me back to go to her class to help students, and I would help them with digital drafting. And eventually she was like, you should just teach the class. And I said, I don't think I can do that. And she was like, yes, you can. You should do it. And I was like, I'll try it. So that's what I did. I ended up doing my master's in under a year to be able to teach full-time at Liberty. And now, as a full-time professor, I'm teaching 6 classes. And now I'm here. I've always loved art. I've always loved painting specifically. When I was little, like I said, I was designing in my sketchbook from school floor plans. And I actually, in my mind, they were floor plans of a coffee shop. So I've always had this dream of opening a coffee shop / art shop. I've always loved coffee. It's part of my culture. We grew up drinking it. I remember my grandma, I don't know if she should have done this, but she would give us coffee cups when we were very little, and like coffee with milk. We call it café con leche, and that was like my favorite thing. My dream is to have it be a non-profit organization that supports girls' education, and that's something that I'm really passionate about because just like my mom, She was passionate about providing us a good education, so I want to provide that for little girls in Guatemala, or honestly anyone that is in need of good education. Where I grew up, there's the harsh reality of it being a third world country. So I grew up in a place where you could see people that actually have nothing. And one thing that I could say about Guatemalan people is that they're all super hardworking. Being from there, that has really shaped my worldview, what I do, how I do it, why I do it, and to whom I want to dedicate it for, which is God. My family is also part of my inspiration. I come from a family of very hardworking people. My mom, her whole motivation was on God. Her whole reliance was on God, and that's really inspiring to me too. That's why I want to put God as a priority in everything that I do. Because of that, I strive to do my best, whether it is a painting, whether it is me grading a paper, or designing a building. I want to do it all for the glory of God and to magnify Him, not me. Mava, gracias por todo lo que has hecho por mí. Sos mi mayor inspiración y mi heroína. Te amo mucho y espero hacerte orgullosa. Mom, thank you so much for everything that you have done for me. I love you. You're my hero. And I hope to make you proud. I think that's what I said.